You don't have to go out or order out to make a great pizza. And today we're going to do that with Mark Pollard. He's the co-owner of Bread Euphoria in Haydenville, and he's going to show us how we can make some delicious pizza. Mark, Happy New Year.
Yep, same to you.
So we're going to make pizza today from scratch.
Yep.
Now, the dough you can either buy in the store or you can make it yourself. How easy, scale of 1 to 10, might it be to make your own dough?
Like three or four.
Okay, so
you can just make a yeasted dough.
A yeast. So what it entails a yeasted dough? What ingredients go into it?
It's flour, salt, yeast, water. And a little olive oil is good. And
it's baking's a science, so it's all about getting the math right.
Yeah, and you know, you want to give it time to rise, so you want to make it a little in advance.
Oh, okay. So maybe you make it in the morning if you're going to be making pizza in the evening. Okay.
Exactly.
But let's skip forward a little bit then. Pretend like we've got these.
And what we have here, this is the sourdough dough we make. It's got a little whole wheat, so it's a little bit more nutritious.
How is sourdough different from regular dough besides the sour part?
It's a wild yeast, and it gives it a lot of flavor.
Oh.
It's a little bit trickier for a home baker, but.
So you really get the taste from the wild yeast? Mm-hmm. Interesting. Okay.
Okay.
Well, we have to stretch it out a little bit. How does one do that?
Well, first let's put a little cornmeal on our pan.
I can do that.
To keep it from sticking.
Okay.
Now, there's two ways you can go about this. You can put it in your pan and sort of spread it out.
Seems like a beginner kind of way.
Or we can toss it in the air.
Yes, that's how we do it. Now, do we get both sides floury? Does it matter?
Yeah.
Here you go.
Put a little flour on there so it doesn't stick.
A little flour for me. We're good now.
You know what I usually do is stretch it out a little bit.
Stretch it out first?
Yep. Okay.
Okay. So you have it.
Yeah, you got.
Like you're about to fight. You've got two fists.
Yeah, and you want to twist it while you throw it up. Nice.
Whoa. All right.
I think you're just about there.
Wow. I did not see this coming. It's a huge. Okay. So, do we have two of these things?
I actually brought the wrong size pan today.
Okay,
so
I was just an expert at this. Look
you are. You are. You didn't. Oh my God! You didn't even poke a hole through
no.
it. Here, let's get that down.
All right, let's get this down. If we need like a sheet pan or something.
We're hiring.
Like
we're hiring you now.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh, I got a pretty good gig going though, because I get to do this all the time.
Okay, we're gonna make this pretty now.
It's a rustic crust now. That's what you can call it. A rustic crust.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, here we go.
Look at that.
A little bit off the sleeves.
Okay.
Next step. What are we doing?
Next step, we are gonna put on a little tomato sauce.
Tomato sauce?
Yep.
Now, can you use canned tomato? How easy is it to make your own, though?
It's just like making spaghetti sauce. You know, you cut up, garlic, onions, put in some canned tomatoes, some basil, oregano.
Because sometimes when you look at those pasta sauces and when you look at the canned tomato sauces,
they're sweet.
Sweet and salty. Like, it's not the healthiest option. So if
you can make it out of, it takes a little while, to cook it down, but it's really, really not very difficult.
Here we go.
There, you can spread that out with that.
Thank you.
You can also sometimes I use just plain olive oil. Mm-hmm. Pesto is really great.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to.
It doesn't always have to be a tomato sauce.
No, the thing I love about pizzas is it's kind of like a blank canvas. You don't have to do pepperoni, mozzarella,
That's true. It's like a vessel.
It's a blank canvas. It's like an artist. It's an artist canvas,
Yeah. Now, this probably isn't the healthiest option, but when you have a white pizza, what goes in that? Is that like the white sauce? Yeah. What is that?
It's like a bechamel. Okay. It tastes good.
Yeah,
it's like cream and butter and flour.
Not the healthiest option, though.
No.
All right. So what's the next step, Mark?
Okay. Now you put down some mozzarella cheese.
Okay. Here we are.
You don't have to use mozzarella's great melting cheese.
Mm-hmm. Because sometimes I see people using ricotta.
Yeah, you can use ricotta. You can use feta. Cheddar. Sometimes we sprinkle a little bit of blue cheese on.
Blue cheese? That's what I'm talking about.
This is good because I love mozzarella because it's a great melting cheese and it's a good base.
Exactly.
I kind of like to use this and then add other cheeses to it.
But before we get to the toppings real quick, and this might be a stupid question, do you cheese the whole thing? Do you cheese the middle and it melts out?
I usually leave, just a little perimeter.
Okay, leave a little bit.
You can
throw on some extra though.
You probably don't want it melting over into your bottom of the oven.
So for the toppings today, it's all healthy.
Yep, everything here is healthy.
And you
There's
cook all the ingredients beforehand, too.
Yep, that's the trick to use in vegetables, is most of them have to be pre-cooked a little bit.
Okay.
You know, like we have here, these are really delicious. This is caramelized onions.
Oh, yes, please. Can I use my fingers?
Yep, go ahead.
Figured that's what you were going to do.
That's what we use.
I didn't see any other...
You know, when you're doing this professionally, you use your fingers.
Exactly.
Use your...
And when you're doing it at home, you use your fingers, too. You don't have anyone to impress.
Absolutely.
All right. And now it's kind of a grab bag, right? You can do whatever you want?
Yep. You know, we've got, you know, I've sauteed some mushrooms in a little time. Mm-hmm. This is something people usually don't put on, but I took sweet potatoes and I roasted them in a little oil, a little spices.
Well, I'm going to leave you to it for a little bit. We have a little bit more show to get to. I'll shake your hand later, too.
All right.
So we're going to be back with Mark a little bit later in the show to finish up this recipe. We are back in the kitchen with Mark Pollard from Bread Euphoria in Haydenville, and we are going to finish up our pizzas. Thanks for sticking around.
Okay, so I brought a variety of different ingredients we can use. All of them are vegetables, and all of them are nutritious.
Perfect.
One thing I love to do is sweet potatoes, and also...
I thought that was butternut squash.
Squash is another great thing you can use. You know, you just chop it up, put it on a sheet tray with a little olive oil, a couple herbs, and pre-roast it.
Okay, so you roast most of your vegetables?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, except for tomatoes, almost everything has to be pre-cooked a little bit.
And the peppers, are these?
These, you can go either way with peppers. These are raw, sliced thin.
Perfect. I'm gonna throw some of those on mine.
You can also pre-cook those too. Sometimes I like to put them on fresh, you know, because they're a little crispy.
Well, and you want that different textures too, right?
Absolutely. And different textures, different colors. We have broccoli that's been pre-cooked. Cauliflower is actually really delicious.
On a pizza? I never thought about
with
that.
cauliflower with a little bit of cheddar cheese is delicious.
Ooh, I like that. Now, how'd you cook your spinach?
We just sauteed that with a little olive oil. Another green that is really good is kale.
Kale on a pizza?
And I usually put it on a, you know, sheet tray and toast it a little bit.
I have some in our fridge right now. Maybe we should grab
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna whip up, doctor up these pizzas.
You know, traditional mushrooms, and I've got some cherry tomatoes sliced here.
All right. See, I'm gonna do with some broccoli.
And we've got some beautiful colors. And this is a great way to get kids to eat vegetables too. And
if you can involve them in the cooking process, especially at a young age, it makes them very excited about it, and it makes them want to eat healthy.
And actually, some of the best parties I've ever had are like make your own pizza parties.
That's true, yeah.
I spread out a couple doughs, some ingredients, everyone makes their own pizzas.
I like that.
It's lots of fun.
I'm gonna put some sweet potatoes on there because I've never had that before.
And people should experiment. You know, you can't go wrong.
So now when we put it in the oven, at what temperature and for how long?
500, you know, preheat your oven. You want your oven as hot as you can. If you have a pizza stone, use it.
So do you highly recommend pizza stones for at-home cooks?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You know, if you're using a professional oven, you know, it cooks from the bottom.
Okay.
You know, from the heat of the stone, but.
So we have one in there. We'll throw this guy in.
Yep.
Gonna come on over with me? I don't know if I have enough hands to do this. Here we are. So here's our finished product right here.
Slide one in.
Slide one in. I'll put one on top. Oh, this looks. It smells great.
Oh yeah.
It smells good.
So we got a broccoli and sweet potato one here.
Shall we dig in?
Yeah, I'm gonna slice it up for you.
Mark, thank you so much for stopping by today. This looks great, and it's something it's easy to do at home. And trust me, everyone out there, if I can throw those crusts in the air, all right, everyone else can do it too. Mark, it's a pleasure having you here.
It's been my pleasure.
So get creative.